We are a recording intro in 3, 2. And new WWE champion, Paul Bourgon. Put your hands
The
together for Paul,
beautiful-
everybody.
One of you guys has a crow problem.
Our Father, for I have sinned.
On the lips? I can't even make my own stuff funny. How am I going to make your stuff funny? Like,
Never have I ever had sex in a public location.
Been a very
Amen.
bad boy. Been a very bad boy.
That'll be 3 Hail Marys and a Blowski.
it was intended to be a fart, but it turned out to be more than just a fart.
Music to my non-existent ears, man.
Yeah, buddy.
Yo, you're watching the Sits Nuts podcast. Make sure you like and subscribe and join us every week.
Yes, sir. This is episode 24 of the Six Nuts podcast. We are 3 comedians, typically 6 nuts, but today we're running on about 5.5 nuts. We'll talk about that in a second. But gentlemen,
Wait to get to that.
we blew through 60 subs. We are now at 62 subs, 24 episodes. You know what 24 episodes means? Do you know what this means? This means that we are 4 episodes away from tying the Ropers sitcom for same number of episodes. That's fucking glory right there, is it not?
Yeah.
The Roper?
The Ropers.
You're talking about Three's Company?
Yeah.
Spin-off from the Three's Company, the
Okay.
Ropers. One of the most glorious sitcoms in all of history.
It was great.
Jordan and Paul, what is up, gentlemen? Episode 24.
Here we are.
Missed you guys.
Yes, well, I was off on vacation. Like I said at the end of the last one, too much vacation. Like a week is good. I don't know how you guys feel, but a week of vacation, that's good. Perfect. After a week, I'm itching to come back. This summer, I've had a lot of vacation. I'm done with vacation. I don't want any more.
Eventually,
All
you
right.
just want your bed, eh? Like, you just want to get
Yes.
in your own bed.
That's like at some point you get sick of strange bed. You get sick of eating out all the time, restaurant food, which is great. But after a week, you're like, holy shit, I feel like I could like be a blimp in like the Macy's Day Parade, man.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm glad to be here. I'm glad to be back.
Yeah,
Um,
last time I went on vacation, it was Cancun. And I think I gained like 17 pounds in a week. Just because, like,
Yeah.
Francisco, I'll have another hot dog with fries, please. And he's
Yeah.
like, yes, sir, buddy. Like, just a pocket full of wet $1 bills. Like, oh my God.
Yep.
Yeah.
It
You get
gets
sick of
zick-
it after a while. Eh? Like,
Absolutely.
even if you're eating at nice restaurants, you're always like pile driving food into your body, you know?
Yeah, exactly. So anyway, I'm glad to be back in my own bed, my own home. Jordan, we got Jordan today running. He's on the DL, but he's powering through, man. Powering through. He's got a bit of a migraine, or maybe it's a big migraine. I don't know, but migraines are brutal. Jordan, but you know what? Kudos to you for stepping up and taking one for the team, man.
I missed you guys. I missed you guys a lot. So as much as I was feeling like shit, my schedule was a little hectic after today, and I didn't know when I'd be able to record. So I'm drinking water and took my medication, and yeah, well,
Are you doing the open mic today?
yeah. Yeah.
That sucks,
Yeah.
eh?
Yes. I love doing it when I feel good, but when I don't feel good, I just
Hey,
Yeah.
hey guys.
Yeah.
Glad to be here. Is anybody celebrating anything?
You're gonna have to tell the musicians, can you guys turn down the music a little bit? Yeah, let's
sucks.
turn it down.
It's getting busier and busier too, eh, Jordan?
Oh God, yeah. Like, and it's gonna get busier because Manitic is like a special town. When winter comes, people come out more. Whereas the summertime, they're all on vacation and it's still packed. So,
Yeah.
it's a pretty awesome spot. So I'm gonna try to make it tonight.
It's a hidden gem. Like of all the open mics in the city, it might be one of the best ones. I mean, it does incorporate music, which actually gives it a nice balance.
Agreed.
You know,
Agreed.
gives it a nice balance. It's one of the gems in the city, man. And I think more. Well, I mean, it's a long way for most comedians who live downtown. But yeah,
What if
it's one of those gems, man.
What if I told you last week we only had like one song played for the entire show? There was 13 comics that came last week.
What?
Yeah, like it was
That's fantastic, man.
crazy.
That's crazy, man. So who do you want? Do you want to go through the list of who was there, or no?
Yeah, I'm trying to remember all of them. JP Burnell was there. Some of the regulars were there. Brad Stapleton from Toronto came down.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah. Dennis Burnett from Cornwall came down with his baby mama. She also did some stand up. There was a lot of names, a lot of people. So I actually had to give people time limits because there were so many comics, and I wanted to be able to get through everybody before the end of the night. So that's the first time that I've given the light to the comics at the shows. So.
Oh, that's fantastic, man. So it's growing, just gaining momentum every week. So that's awesome, man. You know what? Before we get too far into the show, we need to do a segment that we always do.
What's
It's
that?
called Hold My Water. So this is Hold My Beer, where we go around the virtual room.
I was talking to
what we're gonna.
I was talking to Christine Lumens last night. She
Holy
was at
shit.
Absolute, and she was like, I feel bad for Dave because he's always getting shit on for like having a light beer, or like I guess last week when you had like a 0.5. She was saying some nice things about the podcast, so shout out to her.
That was on my list of things to do. Big shout out, man. She subscribed and she posted on, I guess it was on Facebook. She said really nice things about this podcast. She said it is the best podcast in Ottawa. Prove me wrong, or something like that.
It was so nice. I thought she was
awesome.
I thought she was trolling. Come on.
Maybe she was. I don't know.
No, I talked to her last night. She was like I was like looking at her face when I asked her, I'm like, were you just trolling? She's like, no, seriously. I was like, wow, thank you. Yeah,
that's awesome.
So, yeah.
You know, I think Christine hates me, man. I say that about everybody, man, but like she won't talk to me until I talk to her, man.
Yeah.
So
she hates everybody she loves. Yeah.
There you go, man. I feel better. So Hold My Beer. So we know it was predetermined that Jordan is on some pretty heavy meds.
Uh-oh.
So do you want to share with us the water that you're drinking today, Jordan?
I got two things of fluids because I'm not eating a whole lot today, but I can't take alcohol with my medication. So I got water and I got electrolyte, some shit or other.
That's probably stronger than what I'm drinking. So go ahead.
Yeah, it's like Gatorade, but better.
Mitch Hedberg had somebody. He was doing a set, and somebody in the crowd asked him what he was drinking, and he's like, "What am I drinking? NyQuil on the rocks."
Beautiful,
sick,
man.
But sociable. Yeah.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
I used to give NyQuil to my son when I wanted him to sleep. That works great,
probably legal.
Yeah.
probably legal.
Don't tell children's aid or they'll come after me.
He used to give him crack when he wouldn't shut up. And then
I know, man. Like, Jesus, kid, go to bed, man.
Does this rag smell like chloroform to you?
Yeah, exactly. Here, let's play a game. You put your face in this pillow, son, and no, never mind. All right, Paul, let's go over to you, man. What are you drinking? I bet you it's not Big Rig because we've trashed Big Rig the last two times, and somebody's got to talk about this email. There's some email thing about.
I'm doing Peroni. Okay, a friend of mine who watches these podcasts. His name's Tony Reno. He's a good man. I met him when I was teaching martial arts. He was a teacher at the high school, one of the high schools I was teaching at. And he's Italian. He's like, you should start drinking Peroni and represent the Italians. So for him, I got myself a Peroni. I don't know how this thing's going to taste, like bricks and mortadella. Yeah.
Okay, but you got to describe the beer in your Godfather voice since it's Italian, man.
I can't do that.
You got to do it, man. You got to.
I've actually never had a Peroni. They're actually pretty good.
Yeah.
Really?
I think Vinny Vanilli had
it. It's my new favorite beer. It's my new favorite beer now. Yeah, it's actually really good. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. No, he was like, it's funny. Like we're talking about Christine. it's hard to accept a compliment. You know what I mean? Like, you know, when someone's like, "Yeah, I watched the podcast," or "Yeah, you were funny last night," or, you know, "Your chin's not that big." Like, it's and he reached out to me, and like, I haven't seen the guy in a long time, and he's like, "Yeah, like I crack up watching you guys, you know, talk about nothing." And he's like, "I'm eating a pizza with extra sauce and cheese and green olives right now." And I was like, "You do watch, don't you? You do
That is
watch
awesome.
This. Yeah,
That's awesome, man.
yeah.
All right. So out of 10, what do you give that, Paul?
I'd give it an 8 or 9.
8 or 9. Okay.
Yeah, it's really good.
We'll compromise 8.7. I'm drinking the standard Mill Street Organic. Again, you guys can shit on me for being boring. I
Nope.
don't care, man. I like the abuse. So cheers.
Enjoy your water, Jordan. Sick.
Yeah. So does that mean that Paul and I get a mulligan for future episodes, man?
I think
I'll play the whole 18 and I won't do one mulligan. Like,
well, if I get sick and have to drink tea, man, like I don't want to get a verbal beatdown.
I think I've abused drinking the same beer like 4 or 5 episodes in a row. So that's like my
your mulligan.
That's your mulligan.
You know? Yeah.
Someone mentioned, or maybe I dreamt this, but an email from somebody sent an email to the Big Rig.
Yes.
I saw that in one of our chats.
Yeah.
Was that from you, Paul?
Yeah.
So, do you know who emailed Big Rig about? what did they email about? Was it about the pizza?
I have no idea who emailed them, but it made me so happy. Like, it made me so happy.
So this was after we ragged on.
Because people are watching the podcast. 2,
yep.
I don't want this to fall on deaf ears. You know, it's like
that's crazy, man.
I'm not mad at you. I'm just disappointed. You know, but yeah. Somebody emailed them and said you should check out that show. Like, now I don't want to spend every podcast ripping into them. You know, because they've been very good to me. The staff there are awesome, you know.
Yep.
It's one of the main reasons why I keep going back is like everybody's so nice and kind, right? But yeah, people are watching. That's all I know.
That's awesome. Well, we know they're watching in Ecuador. But
Ecuador.
What?
Ecuador. That's how they say it in Ecuador. From Ecuador. Yeah.
Nice. I flew a lot over the last couple of weeks, and I want to get something off my chest.
Hair.
Oh, I got a lot of that, believe me, and it's fucking gray. I saw it in the mirror the other day. I hadn't seen my chest hair in like years because I don't look at myself in the mirror.
Take your shirt off, and then you go to take your shirt off again.
Yeah. I caught a glimpse of myself in the mirror. I go, oh my God, who is that gray-haired, hairy ape in the mirror? And it was me. Like, my God, like it's starting to come up. Like now I felt like there was a hair on my chin today, but it was hair from my chest that's growing up in my chin. It's so embarrassing. Anyway, let's get back to I want to get something off my chest about people when they fly. I'm sitting on the plane. I've got an aisle seat. And a senior citizen woman, she was, I don't know, in her 60s or 70s. When you get on a plane, do not wear a backpack like with the strap over both shoulders. Do not do that, because she came on the plane and she had this big, heavy backpack, and she stopped. She was sitting to my left in the other aisle, and she turned, smacked me in the face. She's looking up in the overhead, looking for a spot for her bag. She turned twice, hit me. She turned a third time. She hit me in the face 3 times wearing the freaking backpack. So I want to get this off my chest. If you go on a plane wearing a backpack, you should be dropped from 30,000 feet.
Listen,
am I wrong?
Listen, you old dust bag. I don't care how many pills you have in that bag, oxygen tank.
Like, honestly, man, like, are you not aware that you're smacking somebody in the head like 3 times? Like, honestly, man, is it just me? Or if it's just me, I'll shut up about it.
I've never been
you have to not know you're doing it, you know, like,
oh my God,
like it's weird how people don't mind themselves around other people. You know what I mean? Like, I remember being at dinner once, and was me and a girl, and right next to us, it was a nice restaurant, right? It was in Miami. And right next to us, this guy was on his phone watching YouTube videos. And it was I couldn't tell you what he was watching, but it was like, I don't know if it was like bum fights or something like that. You know, it sounded like he was watching like orangutan birth. And he just like, for like, to the point where I had to be like, do I ruin this nice dinner and like have an altercation? You know, like, hey, excuse me, sir, is there any way that you could turn your phone down? When really what you wanted to do is walk up and
smash his phone.
yeah,
Smash him in the face, man.
So I like to take the pussy route out, and I like had to tell the server, I'm like, is there any way you can tell that? And then you feel like a pussy because you're not handling it yourself, you're asking someone else to do it now. But like, what are you gonna do? Tell the flight attendant that fucking dust bag over there was hit me with her bag, you know?
Like, what are you gonna do? 70-year-old woman.
Do me a favor, when we get up to 30,000 feet, open the door and push her out.
Yeah.
You know?
I've never been on an airplane, so I haven't had that experience. But
What?
I've taken. Yeah, I've never been on a plane. Never been on a plane.
Whoa, time out. You have never been on a plane.
Nope.
Paul, you've been on a plane.
Oh,
Yeah. He's been on a plane.
You have never.
Tens of them.
Yeah.
Like, honest to God, you're like early 30s, right? You've never had occasion to fly.
Nope.
Are
It's
you
coming
afraid
up.
to fly?
It's coming up. I got friends who are doing a destination wedding, so I'll be on a plane then. When I went to Green Bay, we drove. So I just I don't know what it is. I don't like the idea of getting on an airplane, but we'll have to pop that cherry soon.
Like Charles Grodin in Midnight Run. These things go down. These things go down.
Yeah. You're like the John Madden of comedy, right? Because he never flew. He had he took a bus everywhere because he hated flying.
That's I'll either drive or I'll bus or I'll train, but I've never been on a plane yet.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's insane. You're gonna have to videotape your experience, man.
Can you imagine busing all over North America, like all over the United States for like 40 years?
Oh God.
Like
I rather take my vehicle. I don't.
I'd rather ride a Sibian than ride a bus. Oh my God.
Well, I wouldn't mind it if Matt, because I would assume Madden had his own custom made bus, you know, so it's luxurious and
yeah. But when you're
if
taking
someone else was driving, like I'd love it, man.
When you're taking the Greyhound or it's now the Mega Bus, it's not fun.
No, but he had a driver. He had somebody drive him around, and he had, it was like basically a house on wheels.
Yeah, he was the only one probably on there. Maybe like his couple of his family and friends, but yeah.
Yeah, like you get hookers all the time. Man. Every city he goes to, you get hookers, and yeah, I wonder if he was playing John Madden football on those buses.
Madden 94 for Sega Genesis. Oh my God.
Yeah, exactly.
Such a good game.
I got so good at that game. I changed the time limit of the games to 60-minute instead of 20-minute quarters. That doesn't add up, right? Anyway,
15 minutes.
Yeah. So like the longest you can play, and I'd pick like the Madden All-Star team against like
the Browns.
The Browns, yeah, like the worst team, and just like
hey.
Sit there for like an hour and play. Like the score would be like 140-0, you know, and I'd be like, yeah.
Don't diss my Browns, man. Don't diss my Browns. I will mute you right now. I swear to God, I'll mute you if you diss the Browns.
Anyways, the whole
passionate about your football teams. Eh?
Yeah,
I like those Browns because they're from Cleveland.
Yes, and they got a good mascot, man. That bulldog is beautiful.
Yeah.
I've been to a Cleveland Browns game. I sat in the dog pound.
Yeah, me too. A couple of years
nuts,
ago.
Eh?
It was insane, man. Those people are nuts.
Like mental.
Nuts, man.
Mental.
At the game I went to, it was a very close ending, and of course Cleveland lost like in the last minute. And I was down maybe 20 rows up, and so there's tons of rows behind me. The beer cans came storming down. We were like it was like raining beer cans. The fans were so pissed. They were throwing beer bottles and cans and shit like that. I'm like, we need to get the hell out of here.
Yeah, man.
It was nuts, man.
If anybody doesn't know what it is, Jordan, I know you do. The dog pound is like a notorious section in the stadium where like the scum of the earth. Okay, go. And like, of course, when you go there, you want to get tickets there, right? Like, you want to be with the scum. Like, you don't want to be sitting like, with prim and proper, wearing tops and tails. You can't say anything. Like, it's fun. A third quarter, they played Detroit when I went to see them. The third quarter, this guy and his kid walk up in like to sit down in the section. Now you can imagine, like all brown and orange. Okay, and the guy with the Detroit Lions jersey, hat, scarf, and kid dressed the same. He's walking up the stairs, and just like the game isn't even on anymore. Like it's like 1,000 friggin' drunk idiots stare at this guy, and like my buddy's like, watch this. And I'm like, what's gonna happen? And like he called it, eh? This guy got up, walked out of the aisle, walked down the stairs, walked up to the guy. Guy's walking up the stairs with like a poutine or whatever, like a nachos with his kid. This guy walks up to him, grabs his hat off of his head.
Oh my god!
In it, throws it to the ground.
Oh my god!
It says, "Get the fuck out of here right now!"
Oh my god!
Okay, and everybody's like, "Yeah!" Everybody's cheering, like throwing plastic cups at him. Security came, walked up, got in between them, and like was like, "Okay, man," and then turned to the guy who's with the Detroit Lions guy. He's like, "We'll find you another seat, man. Okay, you don't want to sit here." And like took him out, like brought him to a different part of the stadium. Like, you just trust me, you do not want to be sitting here. The guy's like walking in with a smile, like, you get killed in parts of the world for doing that.
Absolutely. How old was the kid?
He's like 8.
You take an 8-year-old kid to the dog pound wearing the opposition's friggin' jersey? Yeah. You're an idiot, man. You deserve what you get.
The guy who spit in his hat in the fourth quarter because they were losing, started beating up his wife.
What?
Man, I'm not kidding.
I'm
not kidding. It's like 2 rows down. Okay,
Jesus
like other fans had to get in between. Like,
oh my god,
he's so mad that his team was losing that he's like, "What'd you say?" She's like, "I gotta go to the bathroom." She's like, "What? Not in the fourth quarter.
I'm not getting up for you." Yeah.
Oh my god,
that's insane, man. Okay, that's a little over the top. Yeah, it's okay to be passionate, but tone it down a bit, man. Jesus Christ,
unreal. Yeah,
they're nuts, man. They're nuts. Yeah. So the flight, the old lady, and you know what? One other thing about the flights. Do we have to continue with the goddamn safety instructions? Like, honest to God, I was watching the guy doing it, like he's unbuckling the seatbelt and doing the, the oxygen mask. I'm like, seriously? Nobody's paying attention. Like, do we have to continue?
You gotta understand, Dave. You've been on like 9 vacations in the last 2 months. Like, of course you're sick of it by now. Like,
I would be the one guy to be like, "What am I supposed to do with the oxygen mask? Okay, what's next? What
I have a question. Oh man, next flight I should do that. Yes, can you repeat that, please? Freaking crazy.
I'm deaf. I'm deaf. I can hear you.
Can you do that in Bangladesh, please?
Yeah.
Oh, terrible.
I hated. I used to take public transportation, right? And I was on the one of the longer buses, and this guy's sitting beside me, and he starts falling asleep, and we take like a large turn that he ends up on my shoulder.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to nudge him, and he won't move.
Got the old baby head going.
This fucking guy, okay, he won't wake up, he won't move. So I like leave my arm and I go like this around him. That gets him up, and he looks at me like there's something wrong with me. And I'm like, I was just trying to make you more comfortable, man. You were on my shoulder. Like, don't touch me.
Yeah, buses, like, we'll talk with John Madden. Like, remember, like Greyhound buses used to suck. Like, if you take a bus somewhere, you're like, But remember that guy like freaked out on a bus and like cut off that guy's head?
I was just gonna say some people lose their heads on that bus, but yeah.
Man. He like cut a guy's head off and started like prancing around the bus with the guy's head. I think he's out. I think that guy's out now.
I was gonna say, I'm pretty sure he's out.
Wasn't that like Winnipeg or something? Or
yeah, it was something like that. But that was so messed up that it ruined.
Yeah,
that was like the Jaws of buses. Like,
Yeah.
no one wants to swim in the ocean anymore because of Jaws. Like,
Yeah.
thanks a lot, Spielberg.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? I can't even swim in a pool without being like, well, you go first. Yeah. You know what I mean?
But Jordan, your story reminded me of one time when I was taking the OC Transpo home from work, and it was hot. Like, it was winter, so the heat was on, and it was really hot on the bus. I was sitting beside an older Asian man, and I fell asleep. And when I woke up, my head was on his shoulder the whole trip, and he didn't wake me. And I just woke up, before my stop at Eagleson, and got up, and he didn't say a word. He just let me put my head on his shoulder. Didn't bother me. Didn't say a word. Didn't move. He was a very nice, gracious Asian man.
You had a wrong night, didn't you?
Yeah.
No, I was right. No, wrong. Wrong.
But yeah, me and that guy were connected, man, forever. All right. You guys ready for a brand new, well, it's not a new segment, but we haven't done it in a while, and we have a new intro. You guys ready for this?
Yeah.
I'm glad you're all sitting down because this is going to knock you off your feet. Here we go. We're going to do overrated, underrated, or properly rated. What was that? Who laughed at the end there?
I don't know.
Let me
Was
play.
me.
Listen closely right at the end. I'll play it again.
It sounds like Sharon. It's probably the only time you got her to laugh.
I'm gonna say it's Christine Lumens. I'm gonna say it's Christine Lumens.
Yeah, she got a cameo on the show. That's awesome.
Yeah, she's part of the intro now.
She's on the show.
She's in the realm. She's part of the realm
Just
now.
gonna say she's part of the Six Nut realm.
Yep.
Whose laugh was that? Or did Raul just add a laugh?
I don't know, man. It just I don't know how it got there. Paul, where are you? You still there?
I'm here. Can you see
Okay.
me?
Yep. No, you dropped off for about
How
half a
about
second.
now?
Just keep talking.
Yep. Just kidding. I'm just kidding.
All right. We're doing overrated, underrated, or properly rated. We will each give our opinion on something, and we're gonna give our opinion. Is it overrated? Is it underrated, or properly rated? So here we go. We're gonna start. Let's start with you, Paul. And the first thing we're gonna do is Jordan's softball skills. He is now, by the way, a 3-time champion
In
within,
under a
12
year.
12 calendar months or less.
Yep.
Never been done before. This is a first. So, Jordan, your softball skills must be off the charts. Paul, I know you've never seen him play, but just from what you hear and what you read in the media, Jordan's softball skills, are they overrated, underrated, or properly rated?
Well, softball's a team sport, eh, Dave?
Yeah.
Jordan didn't do all that himself, but I've seen him tell jokes, and if he tells jokes like he plays softball, then I'm thinking home runs, or dribblers to first, with the odd dribbler to first base. But that's pretty impressive. 3 wins. Softball's fun, man.
I love softball, man. It's so good.
Yeah, every time I pick up a softball, a bat, and hit a softball, I don't even think the balls have landed yet. I think they're still in the air. I haven't played softball in, I'd say, 5 years, but I think that ball is still in the air.
It's probably
It feels
over
great
Bangladesh by now.
when you could just connect with one.
Oh god, yeah.
Yeah. Do you hit home runs?
I've hit. I'm more of a base runner. Like, I'm fast, right? So I'm just trying to get on base. But I've hit 2 home runs this year, and I've had a crap ton of triples. So
Is it
one of
fast
the
pitch?
leagues. No, it's lob ball and slow pitch. So I'm in different leagues. Lob ball, you can get full count, and it's a little bit more. It could be a little bit more difficult because you have pitchers throw different spins on it, and so there's a lot of motion.
Yeah.
3 pitch is okay. I don't like it because I only get 3 pitches to look at, and I have to hit at them whether they're good or not.
Yep.
You got to watch. Just sit there and watch the first 2 go by. and be like,
Well,
okay, I got it.
Yeah. Wow.
yeah.
So what was your answer, Paul? Is it a properly rated?
I'd say properly rated.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm going to say
like 3. If it was a one-time champ, I mean, I don't know what my answer would be, but 3-time, like, come on, like that doesn't just happen by accident. Like they're doing something right. You know,
we're getting into Tom Brady territory here. This is pretty
Tim
remarkable, man.
Brady, Tom Brady's brother. He's the softball player.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I was joking around with some of my teammates because I'm on 2 different teams, right? So one team, they're 2-time champions. The other team's 1-time. And I'm like, I'm 3-time. Patrick Mahomes wishes he could 3P like me. Maybe this year he will, but he needs to get to my status level.
Yeah, he's got a ways to go to catch you. And I was going to say properly rated. But I'm going to say underrated because when you mentioned you've hit like 3 triples is hard to get.
Oh, I've
like
hit
doubles
more.
are easy. Home runs are
Yeah. If you're
triples
Stephen
are
Hawking,
hardest to get.
I've hit a lot more than 3 triples. I've hit a lot of triples this year. I've had 2 home runs, but most of my hits are doubles or triples because I'm just fast. I'm not even hitting deep balls. I'm just hitting them and I'm quick. By the time they pick the ball up, I'm usually there. So
Yeah, that's fantastic.
nice.
And if I swing a bat, I'd probably put my back out. So I'm saying it's properly rated, man. So that is Jordan's softball skills. Next one, we will start with you, Jordan. Paul's Godfather impersonation. Is it overrated, underrated, properly rated?
I'm either going to say it's properly rated or underrated because, like, I've heard so much about Zachariah's, which character is it?
Elmer Fudd.
Elmer Fudd. I've heard so much about it. Never seen it. Okay. But I've seen Paul's Godfather impersonation and nobody wants to hear it, but it's so fucking good.
Who doesn't want to hear it?
I don't know.
Honest to God, man.
My godson, I can tell you that.
Stop splashing me in the pool. You're bothering me.
I love it, man. So did you say properly rated, Jordan?
I'm going to say actually underrated. I don't think enough people have heard it yet.
Same. I'm going to say underrated, and you know, I think Paul's opinion of it is underrated because he doesn't think, Paul, you don't think it's very good, but honestly, man, it's phenomenal. And I really wish, and I'm not going to tell you how to do your set, but I really wish you would do it more. I think you did it early in the Buster days, and it's like, well, this is fantastic, man. So good.
I did. I remember that I came to a show and you're like, wear a suit jacket.
Yeah, that was a stupid idea by me.
To look nice, you know. Like I show up with a black suit jacket, and you're like,
Yeah.
"Hey, you're doing. I'm gonna ask you questions, and you're gonna
That was
answer."
dumb.
You're like, "So, how you doing?" I'm like,
Good.
Yeah, that was dumb. My dumb idea,
dead
man.
on." Yeah.
I put you in a bad spot, and I apologize for that. But I think when you just do it on your own, I think it's phenomenal. It's so good, underrated. I wish you'd do it more, but
Thanks, guys.
it's your choice, man. I'm not going to ask you to rate your own. That'd be weird, but you can if you want. Do you want to rate yourself?
You came to me the other day at my daughter's wedding, and you asked me for a favor. This I cannot do.
I love it, man. You got the old Sergeant Slaughter chin going too. I love it.
This I cannot do.
That's awesome, man. Thank you. I love it, man. All right. We got 2 more items to go. So I'm not going to I'm not going to exclude myself. Dave's intro videos, are they overrated, underrated, or properly rated? Be gentle with me, guys.
Who do you want to go first?
Oh, sorry. Paul, we'll go with you first.
I think they're properly rated, and because I think as when we get down the line and more episodes, I think you're going to start updating because you are like you're constantly updating these things like the final thought intro. You know, the 3 of us are jamming, behind the scenes, and then come to find out you can see us, eh?
Yes, I can.
So
great,
I think
man.
when we get down the line and you just keep doing what you're doing, like, I mean, come on, they're gonna be way underrated. Underrated's good, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Overrated's bad. Yeah.
Yeah. You're always improving, Dave.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that. All right,
Yeah, I mean,
Jordan, over to you, man.
your videos are so good that everybody else thought it was the younger people on this podcast doing them. So
Yeah, I know, because I noticed Christine Lumens on YouTube made a comment. Good job producing, Jordan. Like what?
did she?
Yeah.
Yeah, don't do shit.
I didn't say anything, but just more
Yeah,
evidence that she hates me.
I don't do shit. I just
She
promote.
doesn't seem like the type of person that hates anyone.
No, I'm kidding.
She doesn't seem like a hater.
No,
you know?
she's not. She's a lovely girl. I like her.
Yeah.
She's super nice. Super nice. So what was your answer?
I'm gonna say your videos are definitely properly underrated, and yeah, I agree with Paul. You're getting so much better at this. People think that we're doing it, and all we do is drink beer and show up. And
That's it. Really.
Yeah, exactly.
So thank you.
Appreciate that. I'm just gonna answer by say that they're epic. That's all I'm gonna say. All right, last one. And Jordan, I don't know if you can answer this because well, you've never flown, but airline food, because I've flown a lot in the last couple of weeks. I thought let's talk about airline food. So Jordan.
I don't fucking know, man.
I heard it's good.
Do you have Big Macs up there or what?
No Big Macs.
what-
No Big Macs.
What is airline food? Like what do you get?
It's food that they serve to you in the sky.
Yeah.
So like astronaut like shit, like because that sounds
so
pretty cool.
You're not getting a fucking tube of beef.
You can get like wraps and hummus and chips and shit like that. I mean, it's pretty good.
The secret to enjoying airline food is to drink 13 bottles of vodka, airplane bottles before, and then you're like, this is the best quesadilla I've ever had. You can eat that bun.
Yeah.
You the old lady sitting next to you in the backpack. You can eat that bun. You're gonna eat that brownie to a stranger before.
Really? Eh?
Oh yeah, on a plane. Like there's nothing more shitty and low and like talking about people. I belong in the dog pound. Like,
Yeah, you're a dog pound kind of guy for sure.
To
Man.
a complete stranger, you gonna eat that brownie? No, man, you can have it. Yours. The only words we said on like a 5-hour flight.
Jesus.
And then thanks for the brownie, man.
So what is your rating, Paul, for airline food?
Have you ever sat in first class?
Yes.
Okay, we're talking a whole different ball of wax there. Right?
Yeah, absolutely, man.
I've flown first class once, and I was like seat 1A.
Sweet.
It was like I was like in an Alaskan king bed.
That's
okay.
Nice.
Before the freaking guy even put the keys in the ignition. Okay. The flight attendant walked up to me and she was a smoke show, by the way. She walks up, she's like, "What can I get you a drink?" I'm like, what do you have? She's like, "We've got everything." And so I started talking like this, like, well, I'll have it. And then she started talking like that to me. So she walked by like later on. She's like, "Well, what would you like for dinner?" I'm like, "Well, what do you have?" She's like, "Chicken, beef, lobster." I'm like, "How about all of it?" She's like, "Why not?" She walked in, she's like, "Why not? Live it up." Like. So,
oh man, it's great.
Yeah, it's very tasty. Or it could just be you're sitting first class and you're like, oh my god, this
food just tastes better. Man.
This chicken club wrap with no sauce at all, and one slice of processed turkey is so delicious. Wonder what the poor people are eating.
Yeah, it's amazing, man.
Yeah,
we flew.
Airplane food is a means to an end, man.
Yeah, and I mean we flew from Ottawa to Calgary, then Calgary to Victoria, and on one of those legs, my wife used her points and bumped us up to first class. Like you got real cutlery, like hot towel. They bring you a hot towel.
Oh yeah, the whole works.
Hot face cloth. It's like, oh my god, this is amazing. And then next leg of the flight, we're back in coach. We're like, oh my god,
eating cat food sandwiches.
This is fucking horrible, man.
Yeah,
this is terrible.
Cat food sandwich.
The only thing we get on the Greyhounds is some dude with a sword. What the fuck?
Exactly. So I'm gonna say airline food is first class, properly rated.
Great
coach.
Excuse me, flight attendant. Where's your piss hole?
Yeah.
Do you guys have a piss hole on this plane? I've never been on planes before. I'm just used to peeing in a hole on the floor of the bus. Is there a piss hole or?
Pass around a bottle. You pass around a bottle to pee in the bottle.
Yeah.
All All right, so that brings an end to Overrated, Underrated, Properly Rated. Let's play it again. All right, that brings us to our final segment. Do you guys know what it's called?
Of course, my favorite part. Final
What?
thought.
All right, hang on. I'm going to videotape you guys on my phone. And you got, I shouldn't have told you that. Now
I
you're not
can't
going to do
headbang or
nothing.
anything. I can't do shit.
Ah, all right. It is time for final thoughts. Yes, sir. I'm playing the drums, man.
I can't wait to hear that like riff in like a
Oh shit.
Volbeat song someday. You know what I mean? Like, now I know where you got it. Okay? We'll sue them. We'll sue Metallica.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. You bastards. All right. Final thoughts. Let's start with you, Jordan.
Yeah, I missed you guys. As much as I feel like ass, I missed you guys so much that I was willing to sit up in the bed and do this for
Thank
40
you for
minutes.
doing that.
So thanks for not ripping into me too much, for drinking electrolyte water. And yeah, next week will be much different. Next week I might be more aggressive with my beer choice. But yeah, thank you. I'm gonna go lie down.
Back to the Electra Heavies.
Yeah, the electrolyte. But yeah, I'm gonna lie down probably for an hour before I have to go and do the open mic. So thank you guys.
Awesome. Thank you. Nice final thoughts, Paul. Oh, wrong way. Let's go down to you. Your final
Yeah.
thoughts for today, man.
Final thoughts.
Okay, thank you. All right, I'm just kidding. All right, go ahead.
Story of my life.
All right, go.
I did Absolute Comedy last night. It was pretty good.
Sweet.
Fucking MC, man. I love watching MCs. Like, you know, Dave. Enough of me blowing smoke up your ass, but seeing somebody do that job properly, you know, like you're very good at it. And
Like in a club. Ah, man.
Well, I mean,
Where the hell have you seen me do good emceeing at a club?
I've seen you do MC many times, enough to know that if you kept doing it, like, you know, when like your 5-year-old picks up a football and fucking throws a spiral, like, and it takes the window and across the street, you're like, this kid's got something. I don't know what it is, but it's the same thing, right? Like, you just give it a few more years. Like, the guy last night, oh my god,
Who was it last night?
Jordan. Jordan, I can't fucking remember his last name, but he like most MCs, you start off feeling out the crowd, and the crowd doesn't know how to respond. You know, like we've all seen it many times, and then they go up a second time, to the third time, and then like a wise MC knows how to, you know, okay, now I know what to do next time. Now I know what to talk about. Now I know what they react to. Instead of going up and, you know, just being kind of robotic. And fuck, did he ever kick the shit out of it? Like, his third, fourth times going up, he was anyway. I actually laughed so hard I saw stars.
Really?
Oh
Wow.
my god, yeah. And I didn't want to like, you know, again with the compliments, right? Like, I stopped him after. I'm like, man, I can't remember the last time I saw stars from laughing, you know. And he's like, thanks, man. But I'm like, no, I don't think you get it. Like, I actually saw it. Like, I might have to go to the doctor, you know. So
That's amazing.
Yeah, man, it was good. We've got the show coming up on
Sunday.
The three of us are performing.
Yes, it's the 6 Nuts Live, baby.
The 6 Nuts Live, yeah. They didn't get the email that you sent, Dave, but I messaged her today, and I sent her the outline so she's aware, and she's like, "Oh, cool." So, yeah. Thanks for making us look professional.
Well, my pleasure. And I will say that in terms of MCs, I am in the top 3 of people on this podcast right now. Easily
Definitely
top 3.
I was like, I'm not kidding. I sat back and I'm like,
definitely top 3.
God, I would suck shit at MCing. Like, Yeah, you know what I mean. I don't have that spontaneity, that quickness. I'm always the guy that's like, I should have said that. I should have said this. But
I don't know. You're selling yourself short, man. You're very quick on this podcast. Very quick.
Maybe I am. Maybe I am good.
You are. You're top 3 as well. I think Jordan, obviously, I think you're the best MC here.
Massive cock.
That too. Even with a migraine.
Migraine challenged.
Yes. But you know what? We got that show coming up Sunday, man. It is the first ever Six Nuts podcast live at the Ridge Rock Brewery in Carp. Go check it out. It's for a good cause too. It's for charity. Proceeds go to Chio, if I'm not mistaken. Chio.
Yeah. Cleo.
Yep.
Cleo.
Yep. So it's going to be a fantastic show.
Pretty cool.
Man. Looking
I like
forward
that
to it.
kind of thing,
Yeah, for sure, man. For sure. Sorry, I cut you off, man. But continue your final thoughts.
That's it. Those are my final thoughts. I can't believe we're already almost 50 minutes in. 50 minutes.
I know. Time flies, man.
Jeez, I missed you guys too.
Yeah,
it's been 2 weeks. And I keep having to remind myself that you guys both have jobs, and I watched fucking Triple X 4 times in the last 3 days.
Me too. I work for government, so I got lots of time, man.
Yeah, that's right, eh?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, but I missed you guys. I'm glad we're back at it.
Yeah, I know. I missed it too. Like I say, my final thought, I'm so done with vacations, man. I'm so sick of vacations. Like, I just want to get back into the comedy routine, like get back into the flow. Fuck, I'm as rusty as a rusty nail, man. So I got to get back into it, but happy to be back doing this. And Sunday, we're going to kick some ass and have a great show.
I think so. I'm pretty excited.
Yeah, should be fantastic. We got, I'm hosting, Jordan is featuring, and Paul, you are headlining, my man.
I am. Yeah.
So it's going to be awesome.
So I'll just do a preemptive sorry.
No.
Yeah, I did a couple new jokes last night that I was like, I'd never done. And I was fucking, 95% of the shit. I was talking to Scott Yarwood about it because he was like, let me hear him. And I was like, okay. So I told him in the green room, and he's like, that's pretty cool. And he actually gave me some pretty good tips. And so like, it's one of the first times I've ever like, you bounce a joke off someone and they kind of give you a different perspective on it. Whereas like most people would be afraid to do that or reluctant because you'd think that it would come off as criticism, or, you know what I mean? Or come off as like, that's not funny, you should do this. Whereas he was like, he giving me just a different way to look at them. You know what I mean? And I was like, oh, I've never, okay. I mean, but I was like, sort of like when we do bits that bite. I'm like, so that's the joke I wanted to tell to a bunch of people, He's not laughing at all. He's like, okay, yeah. Anyway, I think they're funny. So
that's awesome.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll see them Sunday night. So
will.
With that brings a close to episode 24. 4 episodes from now, we'll be tied with the Ropers for most number of episodes. Thank you, Jordan, for sticking it out, taking one for the team. Hope your migraine goes away. Paul, thank you as always. And I am Dave, and we will see you all next time. And new WWE champion, Paul Borgon.